Well, that's starting to look like something, but I'm sure it can be improved. Let's get to work. Hello everybody and welcome. Last episode I added these paths to the compass rose, but something's wrong with them. I made mistakes somewhere. So I'm tearing it all down and I'll rebuild them. I can't really just see where it's gone wrong, as I have my template in small chunks which together form the whole path. And until this point here you can't see those chunks anymore. So you can't see what chunks are wrong either. And that's why I have to rebuild them. But that's okay, shouldn't take too long. It's just keeping track of what chunk I'm building, then all is fine. And there we go. Another section done, but now for the real test. If this section lines up right with the previous section, then they're both correct. So let's see. Yeah, that's looking good, I guess. Just fill this in here. And then does that look round? That does look round, so I'm happy with that. Let's finish building this circle. It's not that hard to do, if you keep your concentration. And it looks like that lines up perfectly as well. Well, those sections were all easy, but now I'll have to dig through this hill again. Yeah, that's going to take a bit longer, I'm afraid. I'll have to dig out each chunk of the path, then add the stone bricks. So that's a lot of blocks I need to remove. And this is just the first chunk. So on to the second. And of course this part goes outside the desert, so there's no sand I can use the torch trick on. By the way, this is also a reason why I'm not using iron or diamond tools. It feels like a waste to use them on this. If I use a diamond pickaxe for mining, at least I can earn back the diamonds I used to make that pickaxe, but here I get nothing. Oh, hang on, this looks interesting. Well, I'll see that ravine again when I'll be digging all underneath here. So anyway, I know there's no diamonds in this hill, so using a diamond pickaxe or shovel feels to me like I'm wasting those diamonds. At least stone is everywhere, there's nothing to waste on that. Okay, now let's see here. This does sort of line up, but not like the other sections did. So I suspect I made a mistake somewhere on this section. Well, let's leave that gap there, so I know where the first section ends. And continue digging this hill in the other direction to make the last section of the path. This is less digging, the hill is not as high here and it stays in the desert. Oh, one more layer. And then that seems to line up again. Okay, so that's the path all done now, except for that one gap. Let's see if I can get a better point of view to spot any mistakes I might have made. First thing in the morning. Well, that looks pretty good over there, so I'm sure those sections are all as they should be. But that one section that I suspect is wrong is just behind that hill and I can't see it. Everything else looks right, but I need another way to see the part behind the hill. So let's get rid of this sand tower here. Now if I get an aerial view of the compass rose, I should be able to see the path better. And if I rotate that by 90 degrees and overlay it on top of itself, I should see any differences. But no, there's a tree on that hill that's blocking the view, and I can't see any differences anywhere along the path. So I suppose I'll just have to continue working on this and get rid of that entire hill. Maybe then I can see what's wrong and how to correct it. And I also still need to dig out a ton of blocks underneath the compass rose here. Oh dear, that sounded like a zombie pigman. I can't have any of them running around here. Even if they don't do any harm, they don't belong here in the overworld. Oh, is that all the XP I get from that? Or did some of it fall in the portal? No, I just got a ladder and some sand that fell through earlier, but no XP. Oh Oh well, never mind then. Back to work. Oh no, a creeper. Don't you dare blow up my compass rose. Well, there's a lot of work to be done here. And I'm out of pickaxes now, so let's leave this place. And let's get back to the surface, see if I can demolish that hill. Well, it's just getting night, so let's sleep first and let's put this piece of leather somewhere. And here we go, tearing down that hill. At least I can use torches here too, so that helps a bit. Ah, but I can't do that throughout the hill, of course. Well, I'm sure I'll get there eventually. And I'm not just tearing down this hill to see where I made a mistake in the path. I would have had to do this anyway, as I want to have the entire compass rose area flat. In between the points I want to have sand, and I want a large open area underneath, so I need a layer of sandstone as well. So I would have had to do this anyway. Might as well do it now. And we're there again, the border between the desert and the forest. No more tricks with torches here, I'll have to dig out every block of dirt. Well, that's one part, but there's plenty more dirt to dig. So I better get started. Might be easier if I do that layer by layer from top to bottom. And that's one chunk of dirt gone. And then there's the stone that the dirt covered. And the last remaining blocks of sand. Good, that's one area cleared out. Ah yes, that's much better already. Now for the rest of the hill. Well, most of that is dirt again. And this layer of sand technically is not part of the hill anymore. But if I want all of this area flat, then this too will have to go. And there we go, one area flattened. Now while we're on a roll, let's continue flattening the other areas in between the compass points. So that's this layer of sand too. And this part. And I need more shovels. But I can't be bothered to make those now. There's the last remaining piece of hill right here. Everything else is flat, so I'm happy with that. I've got a lot of work done here today, finished the round path and flattened most of the areas in between. But this is not done, of course. I'll need to dig out 2 more layers, put in sandstone and then sand on top. But that will be for another day. I've had enough of this project for a while again. Well, and it's still showing up on the map. And it looks like the path also has a bit of a presence. This part is a mess, of course, not enough sand to color it all yellow. But everything else is looking pretty good. So I'm done here, let's go back home. Take all the valuable stuff with me. And the nearby monsters are probably underneath and I cannot be bothered to go down there and kill them. So let's just brave the night and run back. Kill some monsters on the way. Ooh, this is a bit much to fight at once. Well, that's one down. And then just a creeper left. And continue my journey home. Who's shooting at me? And nearly home. And that's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed. If so, do remember to like, subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks for watching and I'll see you again next time.